Hello, everyone. I see a few people have joined me. Welcome. I hope you guys got a chance to watch or check out my MusicLive podcast earlier today. I had a little bit of challenges with my home internet, so it was a little choppy. I'm going to definitely ask Frank Bucco to come back on again. His connection was awesome. He sounded phenomenal. He looked great, and I'm testing it now with my mobile phone. I can't believe I have better uplink speed with my mobile phone. I don't hear any choppiness at all. But then again, it could just be that there's a lot of people that are streaming from home that typically weren't. So I'm just going to hang out here for a second and see if I can get some people to comment and say hello. So let's see. Okay, it's telling me some destinations cannot post. Why? Everything's ready. Read. Let's see. It's telling me if you want viewers to comment to show make your stream public on Facebook. Okay, I thought my stream was public. Okay, maybe it wasn't public. So that might be it. I had some comments. Let me see what's going on here. Well, I thought I had, I see what it is. Let me make sure my posting is, I can do post to the public. And I think so. So let me just check. Yeah, it's public, so we should be able to do it. All right, so I'm yammering on. Let's go back here and see if anybody's joined in the chat. It says we're good to go, and the reply, I mean, everything looks good. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Here's Rich. Okay, let me show your comment, and then let me say hi, Rich. All right, so hopefully you could see that. Let's show you my comment. All right, so it looks like it's coming through. All right, so could you imagine this? The internet, I'm not going to name the provider, was streaming my show today. And I don't know if it was because there was a lot of people on or what, but hold on a second. Let me take Rich off. Hold on, I'll show you mine. Okay. I'm just going to hang out here for a minute. I see there's like supposedly 7 viewers, whatever the case is. Here's the deal. So I did the actual show earlier today, and these are some very interesting times. They call for ingenuity, for inventiveness, whatever you want to call it. It's called being creative. I decided to take the plunge. I had been thinking for a number of years that I wanted to do a podcast or some sort of form of, see, I don't do the YouTube thing. I feel like that's for younger kids, but but I shouldn't negate that because whatever. I think it's a viable access, and I feel Facebook does that. It's still choppy. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm on my mobile provider now, so I'm not sure. Maybe that's an internet traffic thing, but it was pretty choppy earlier today on my end. Frank Bucco, he did it. I'm gonna clap for him. Yay, he did a great job. I'm gonna definitely have him back again. But he did a phenomenal job, and I shared it to my page, and I think they might have shared it on their page. But so here's the thing: it's a call to action to my friends here on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, support your local restaurants, your bistros, and when you do that, in turn, you're supporting artists like myself. We're bringing you our music, and we're trying to bring a nice vibe to, your dining experience. And in some cases, I'm doing the nursing homes, and trying to bring. Hey, Cynthia, how's it going? Oh, thanks so much. You're the best. Let's show your comments there. I love it. I'm glad it sounds good on your end. Maybe it's just me, but I haven't heard any choppiness on this thing. So I think maybe I'm going to start broadcasting from my mobile phone. Who knew, you know? I think the internet providers are overwhelmed. There's a lot of people doing this now from home. But back to my thought process. Okay, so MusicLive, what's going to happen is this. I am going to become part of a few podcast networks. One is called Buzzsprout, and the other one is called Anchor. Both platforms, if you will, they exist on downloads, and you know, the more listens or downloads that you get, the more popular your show gets, the whole 9 yards. So, so that's why I'm kind of sharing it here, and I'm doing it every other week, just for sanity's sake. I am having restaurants on for this first month, and next month is going to be a mixture of healthcare professionals who hire me, you know, have hired me in the nursing homes and hospital realm, and then my artistic friends who I love to book and keep busy, and who, you know, whether I book you or not, you know, I'm inviting anyone who wants to get on the show. The bottom line is these are some very difficult times, and music is really having a hard time. Like every industry, listen, I'm not speaking out of turn. Everyone knows that, you know, the times are kind of dark. And oh, let's see Cynthia's comment. You rock and make residents so happy. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. So there you go. I've got one of my clients who's really a friend now on the stream, and Cynthia, you guys, you always make me feel so welcome. I'm coming back again, you know, in a couple of weeks. So I got connected with Laura. She's getting me back again. It's a pleasure, you know. I told a little bit of my story earlier today. Like, I went through a job loss. You know, I've been in corporate and music kind of all my life. I went through a job downsizing, whatever, in 2018, and decided, hey, I'm going to go to work for myself. And I literally tooth and nailed it in 2019. Zero contacts, clients, whatever. And I started from scratch, and I built it up to almost 30 clients, I guess, 30 and change, by the end of 2019. And then I was like, okay, so now I'm going to focus in on my IT consulting, because I wanted to do both. I love my IT, my technology. I was very successful in the tech space, and I did my homework. There's very little amount of women-owned MSPs. MSP stands for Managed Service Providers. So I'm going to fill a need in my IT consultancy. So both the areas where I was, you know, kind of bringing that to life. The music had taken a life of its own, and then 2020 came. We yelled Happy New Year, and oh boy, we didn't know what the heck was coming. And anyways, long story short, it's about pivoting and adjusting. And hey, Cookie. Oh, I look healthy. Thank you. I know I lost a lot of weight when I was sick. And that's the other thing. Right around the time of March, I was popping, you know, zinc and, you know, putting bacitracin in my nostrils so I wouldn't get the coronavirus. And guess what? I got the coronavirus. I didn't know what I had at the time, but I have never been so sick in my god-awful life. But I do have the antibodies, so that's a positive. And yeah, so yeah, it was very scary times. But listen, we're all going through it. I'm not saying anything that you guys aren't familiar with. I figure, you know, we help each other out. So that's why I'm inviting my artist friends and the restaurants that I sing at. You know, there's a lot of people on these social networks. Everybody's, they want to have happiness. So why don't we fulfill that need, right? So what I will be doing is I'll be uploading the episode that I shot earlier today with Frank after I cleaned it up in the studio to fix the choppy, you know, my delivery. Excuse me. Then, yeah, and then once I get that edited and produced, it's going to go up on Anchor and on the other sites. And you guys don't need to know the names of the sites. I'm just sharing with you. And share it with your networks, guys. If you're listening, you're watching me now, whatever, chances are you're going to be featured on one of my shows, because it's all about all of us collectively coming together and helping each other through this crazy time. And so Frank Bucco was an amazing guest. His internet was unbelievable. It was not choppy at all. Everything came through wonderful, and his video, everything looked phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you, this mobile device here is doing much better than my internet provider. So let me take a sip. Ah, there you go. So I did my homework because, sometimes you got to go live on Instagram, then you got to go live on Facebook Live, and you got to Twitter, and I did a little mini investment, and I got this license from this platform that I'm on right now, and this is being shot out to all my channels. And guys, the internet, I've been selling it for a long time. The internet is very fruitful, and it's just staying the course. So I intend to do that, and I hope I'm respectful of my community too, because sometimes people just broadcast on here like, I'm like, not that I'm complaining about any of my friends, but sometimes people, when Facebook Live first came out, it was like everybody was, oh my God, everybody was broadcasting every 2 seconds. But I try to be mindful of my community, so I announce when I'm going to go on. Today, this was impromptu because I wanted to kind of address, the earlier broadcast. And I am going to share the broadcast that I did earlier. It's on my pages, but you can absolutely go to the page tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's going to go live again at 2 o'clock. And hey, Giovanni, how are you? I see you're going to be performing soon. Hey, let's say hello to you on the screen there. Ciao, buonasera. Yeah, guys, what's so funny? If I'd have thought about this when I was a kid, dreaming of being an artist, of how many beautiful people I would come to know. Giovanni Penna is an amazing, talented vocalist and singer and tenor. I mean, we've done Le Preghiera, we've done the prayer together, and Cookie, one of the other comments, she's an amazing vocalist and has her band, The Project. We almost booked her for my boyfriend's daughter's wedding, but they went for a DJ. Shh, don't tell them I said that. But that's okay. You guys rock. And Cynthia, who's also on the this feed here now, she is from the healthcare facility where I sing. And Richie G is a dear friend, and one of the artists that I'm, trying to get booked in venues. And he's, all these artists, they're artists on their own. They're booking themselves. But, once the pandemic hit, I had an anxiety attack. Like, oh my God, what is going to happen to our world? What is happening? And then when I got it, I have to tell you, that was, I didn't know I had it. I was frightened. I said, I must have it because of the way I felt. But it was one of those aha moments, So I'm gonna close off the feed because it's almost 9 o'clock, and I want to be respectful. I will be rebroadcasting the interview with Frank Bucco from Bucco's Restaurant tomorrow, and share it away, guys. I know I don't mean to be a pain in the neck, but when I go up on the with the podcast platform and I start to share that would be really helpful. Because if you guys download it and start to listen to the podcast, and again, I'm going to clean up the audio from today's show and then upload it to those platforms, it would be greatly appreciated. If you listen, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you're not paying anything. You're just kind of, putting a listen in for some friends. We'd love the opportunity to come to you. And this is interesting. It's just a one-way feed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't really talk to anyone. But looks like there's like 6 people on the feed right now. I think I should just probably close it out for fear of over talking, right? But there's no more comments. I don't see any more comments. Let me see. Oh, my friends joined here. You guys are awesome. And yeah, all right. So so a couple of things. I'm not supposed to promote New York stuff, so I'm not going to say anything. But if you see it on my page, I'm with a band called Disco Unlimited, and we have a drive-in next week on Long Island. Yes, you heard right, a drive-in. That means you drive to Adventureland, which is the location out on Long Island. And hey, Ruth Ann, how are you? Yeah, you go out to Long Island. If you're on Long Island, definitely join me, join us. Buy the tickets on Eventbrite. And what has happened to our industry? Unbelievable. I can't even say. I'm saying it with like trepidation. Because in New York, you're not supposed to say anything really promotional wise, I guess, because they don't want mass gatherings of people. This band, prior to the pandemic, was, hey Barry, how are you? Prior to the pandemic, the band was, I mean, we did one gig where it was almost 10,000 people. It was crazy. And yeah, it's been a ride, one heck of a ride. We had to stop like every other band, you know, and be respectful of our community. And yeah, we had a gig in July, and this is our second gig, you know, coming back. I can't wait to get back and put on my costume as Funky Sister and entertain everyone. And so in terms of performances and upcoming appearances and stuff, right now it's a little thin, and we go week to week. So I just performed at Lena's restaurant last week on Friday, and then on Saturday I was at Buco's, and we're waiting to get some dates for me, hopefully in the calendar in October. But as it stands right now, the only gig I have is Disco Unlimited, and next week, and that's amazing. I'm happy to do that. And what else? And then, you know, of course, I always make my announcements on here on social media. But for now, MusicLive, the podcast is, I guess, my focus. And I have a couple of, I should say, I do have a couple of elder care facility gigs that are coming up in October. And, you know, this is where we are, guys. We go week to week. I used to have my calendar booked at least a couple of months with the band, in their case, a year in advance. So now we're up to, you know, just a couple of weeks out. So I'm just saying a prayer and praying for our president and the first lady. And boy, oh boy, this virus has spared no one. So we have some crazy times, and I'm grateful and glad that I healed and was able to be on this side of the fence talking about it. And yeah, and then, you know, obviously I mentioned the loss of my mom, which was really tough this year. This has been one heck of a year. So with that, I'm going to say, let's stay positive. Let's say a little prayer for everyone. And, you know, stay, as I said in my tagline out of my podcast, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay in music. All right, guys, catch you soon. Be well.